What's good? BFV back in the building. Hit you with another two-piece, and we ain't talking about no bikini. Can we get into the rider season card from this past weekend? My reaction. First of all, it was a good card. Um, I thought he did a better job in production than the LA card that he put on. Basically, that was a Terrence Crawford Beterbiev card. That card was too long, too much going on in between the main event or just the main card and I guess the undercard. It was a sloppy production, you know what I mean? Then you look at the production we just got from the Bivol Beterbiev card. Consistent, no long layouts in between the fights. Interviews, side fight interviews, pretty good, things like that. It was a way better production. You know what I mean? So big shout out to them folks on the other side of the pond, man. Good action. Critiquing the referees, gotta go younger, gotta go more athletic, guys that can react better. Cause there was some incidents in the Whitaker fight, obviously the Wardley Clark fight. The ref should have been there in the Clark situation because he had his back turned and he was leaning over the ropes. So be there to hold the action. He got his jaw broke because he got hit right as he was turning his back from away from the ropes. Where's the referee right there? The referee should have been right there. Let's get into the Ben Whitaker situation in the Cameron fight. Ben Whitaker purposely pulled that man over the ropes. That's facts. You can look at that replay and see he grabbed him from behind and linked backwards. So that you're trying to pull this man over the ropes. So everybody can see you pull the WWE. You try and get out that fight because you might have been drinking a little bit of too much of your own bathwater and you was feeling yourself too much. So all of that stuff that you was doing to get yourself recognized and become this promotional entity that you want to be, you actually got to find out you got to fight. You got to be doing that consistently, fight after fight after fight. And maybe the training wasn't there because he definitely didn't look like a guy who had all his wind in him. And the bobbing and weaving and the slicking and all of that stuff he was doing in a couple earlier fights, we saw none of that. Now, what I will say is he tried to bang his way out of that fight. Now he couldn't finesse his way out of the fight with the moving and the jerky and all of this Prince Nassim type stuff. Couldn't do that. So he said, I'm gonna try to bang my way out of this fight. And shout out to Cameron. He was like, I'm here to bang too. And he had that old throwback style, like that. He reminded me of like one of them 50s type of fighters. Like he just here like robotic, but it's what I'm doing, and it actually worked. And I thought he should have got the victory, even going to the cards after the 5 rounds. But you know how it is when you got that name and you're going against a guy that doesn't have that name. These things tend to happen in boxing. So I think Cameron definitely is going to get another look. It might not look good on his record, but as far as him being able to be somebody that's more recognizable and can be taken a bit more serious when it comes down the road, I think he'll get another shot from somebody out that way. Maybe get a call from across this way because he's a tough fighter. So from time to time, these boxers have to be tested by tough guys like that. I think Whitaker went through that, but he definitely pulled the WWE, WWF, whatever you want to call it. He got out of there. You know what I mean? It just wasn't good. Can we talk about this situation with Eubank Jr. and Conor Ben? That's some more wrestling type shit going on, man. That's what I didn't like about the card. They could have left that out. Ben, just stop, bro. Bro, just stop. Just stop, bro. We already know who you are. Everybody in Europe knows who you are. There's no need to do what you're doing. Go work on your craft. Present yourself at the fights. Let yourself be known. Be like, yo, I'm asking for that fight. That's too much. That's too much. And I don't know if, quote unquote, Turkey Alashiki and the whole production team and all that was responsible for that. I think that was more of a Ben thing. I think he forced himself into those positions so he could kick up some relevancy with his name that's not, quote unquote, tied to the juice, you know what I mean? Because he definitely hasn't explained the juice. He's been out long enough; it should be out of his system, unless he's still juicing. So I don't know what's going on. You trying to fight a guy that's quote unquote not in your weight class, but I don't know what weight he's walking around at now. And from what I hear, he could probably be at 160. He could probably make 160, 168. Who knows? I don't know what's under the shirt. I ain't gonna lie. So, but Eubank struggling to make weight, going through it he was going through, this didn't work. It didn't work, and you know that. The man told you, oh, you see, I'm trying to make weight. I'm going through what I'm going through, and you want to do this. So I wasn't a fan of that. I'm not a fan of Conor Benn anyway, because when he was on his run before the juices, because I don't know, maybe he thought he was going to get a big fight, and he tried to get an edge for an upcoming big fight. Um, I'm at a loss for words for that whole situation. It doesn't make any sense. I get the names. I get a sense of rivalry. Y'all both from the UK. Y'all both come from legendary fathers as fighters over there. It makes sense on paper, but it don't make sense for boxing. It's kind of like Canelo fighting Crawford. It doesn't make sense for boxing. It makes sense if you're trying to quote unquote cash out, like, yo, that's the biggest fight to be made, but it's not really the biggest fight you can make. You know what I mean? So it just doesn't make any sense. Maybe they'll find a way to make that fight happen, but to me, y'all could settle that in the gym. Just spar that out. Y'all really got issue between one another. Y'all can spar that out. Keep it, go solid 3 rounds. Best man walk away. You know what I mean? Just don't, you know what I mean? Don't do what y'all did. That who's getting paid off of that? I don't think people bought the fight card because that was happening. Like, so I don't know. But anyway, man, I ain't gonna, I'm been ranting on that one like that was a whole main event situation. No, the main event was probably right now, I gotta put it up there, top 3 fight of the year candidate. Probably could win it. Probably definitely, because it was back and forth. I called for a draw. Y'all could check my resume. I did call for a draw. I thought it was a draw. One of the referees obviously agreed with me. And if you look at the action, it was back and forth. Bivol threw a lot of volume. Beterbiev threw the hard punches. He was the one really backing Bivol up. Even though some of Bivol's shots made it look like it turned Beterbiev's head and things like that, you can just look at that man's face and tell he wasn't being affected by none of that. So it was back and forth. I give Bivol the volume. I give Beterbiev the harder punches. And it was a draw, to be honest. Should we get a rematch? No doubt we should get a rematch. No doubt we should get a rematch. If we get a rematch, what I expect from Beterbiev to really seal it, because I think he can get the knockout, is that uppercut. That's the one, that's the punch that's going to get Bivol out of there. He has to double up on his jab and come forward more. I thought he let Bivol get off, then he wanted to get off. Don't play that game. Punch in between Bivol, that's jabbing. And then you can get close to land that uppercut, and that's going to be the key punch, I think, for Beterbiev to get the KO. That's if he wants to take the second fight. I mean, the second fight could probably do numbers. I don't know what this fight did, but it seemed like the turnout was there. Where would you hold it again? I don't know. That would have to be worked out with the other side. I wouldn't bring it this way. That's for sure. I wouldn't bring it this way, even though they both have, solid names on this side of the map. But I just think, more of the fans will definitely turn out as far as showing up to the building and things like that. So it's rematch for sure. It just depends on how the champ feels. How you feeling, champ? Do you think dude even earned a rematch? How did you feel about his power? You gotta ask, but Beterbiev really, to be honest about that, because I could even go without a rematch. I'm not even gonna lie. Maybe tell Bivol, yo, go earn that. Go earn that. You could play, you could do all of these things. And oh my God, man, let me get this out the way. I think he definitely needs to have a sit down with that whole Top Rank situation and a lot of their social promotion that they was doing for this fight, bro. They was slighting Beterbiev a lot with their social promotion. So I think he needs to definitely have a talk with them, his people. You know, I'm sure he's not on the front line like that. He too busy being the champ that he is. That's champ. You know what I mean? So my guy is beast mode coming into 2025. He's definitely top dog in the game, no doubt about it. Is even in a draw, he's the pound for pound king in boxing. That's my estimation. He showed me that at 39 years of age, he's still a formidable, undeniable force in boxing, bro. Like it's just this dude is I wouldn't call him a freak of nature, but he just a monster in there, bro. It's just okay, bop. Bink coming forward. He just was no stopping this dude from getting off. Okay, we in a fight. Let's fight. He didn't run from nothing. It was a clean fight. I gotta give them dudes that. That was a very clean fight. I like the fight being very clean. You didn't see no headbutt clashes, no dirty punches, and a whole lot of head behind the head type of stuff. It was pretty much clean fight. Salute to both them dudes. Bivol, no cap. You can't be like, oh, Bivol did this wrong, Bivol did that wrong. He came in there, threw his game plan out there. It worked to a certain extent. Maybe people felt like the volume was enough to edge him. I get it. I can see that because there are times in fights where if I just outwork you, you can edge. But to me, it balanced out because you had Bivol's volume, like I said, but then you also had Beterbiev's just power. And the results was on Bivol's face that Beterbiev was landing heavy, nasty. Even the ones that was clipping him was hurting, I'm sure. Because it just looked like it on these replays and during the fight, it just looked like he was being affected. But then being that dude that he is, he's like, I'm in this fight. I got to throw back. And he was the wrong one. He let, I would say his average combinations had to have been 4 to 6. He never threw a 3-punch or a 2-piece. He was either throwing 4 to 6 or he wasn't throwing. That's just, and you got to give him kudos for that. Everything wasn't landing, but it was back and forth. You couldn't have saw it too much either way for either guy. Even if you gave it to Beterbiev, it was 1, 2 rounds. Not even 2, probably 1 round. If you gave it to Bivol, 1 round. It was too close. So draw. Too close of a fight, draw. I think that's gonna wrap it up for my breakdown and my reaction from this fight. But definitely, like I said, to cap this one, fight of the year. Definitely fight of the year. I don't think we've had a back and forth like that in a championship fight this year. Undisputed, we definitely haven't had that outside of no, we haven't. Yeah, because somebody just lost the belt, so Dubois had that belt. So I don't even know if Usyk and Fury first fight was undisputed. It could have been, but that wasn't that good of a fight. That Fury didn't do that great in that fight to me to really say that was a fight of the year candidate. But this fight, definitely fight of the year candidate. I'm voting for it to win. I got Beterbiev as the #1 pound for pound fighter on the planet. And I'm going to wrap it up with that. Y'all tell me how y'all feel in the comment section. And like always, please hit that subscribe, hit that like button. And I appreciate the support. BFV, gone.